When I had to pick my torch up and carry it over to Jeff, I was so upset. I was practically in tears. I did not want to leave this game. I was not ready to go home. Yeah, I was thinking all the thoughts that I've said all through the day and things that have gone throughout the whole game. And yeah, it killed me to have him snuff my torch last night. And, you know, it's part of the game, though. Everybody's got to go. Someone's going to be at the top. But to get there, everybody else has to go. Well, one of the mistakes I made, I think, is PG and Eric had come up and asked me to align with them and try to get a tiebreaker going, 3-on-3 against Todd. And I really considered that strongly. I was going to turn on my tribe mates and go off on my own. And in hindsight, I think that was one of the biggest mistakes I've made in this game. Yeah, I'm a pretty loyal person, and it does take a lot for me to change my ways. But, you know, sometimes loyalty is not the best way to go. Loyalty in the game of Survivor is two things that do not go together. Sometimes you need to be tricky. Sometimes you need to backstab people. Sometimes you need to think about who's lying and who's honest and who's dishonest. And really, you can't trust many people. And so loyalty in Survivor, it's not a good combination. Amanda said she was playing the game honestly, and she told me that she had my back. But what she forgot to tell me was she only had my back for so long. She didn't have it all the way to the end because she had already had made alliances with other people. So, I mean, I kind of trusted that a little bit more than I should have. And, I mean, I didn't trust Todd. And like I said, I mean, my flexibility, I should have thought about it a little bit more. I should have realized that in a game like Survivor, that nothing's a definite thing. And when I had the opportunity to jump ship, I mean, I should have jumped. I thought at least Amanda would not write my name down, that we might have a tie, you know, 2-on-2, and go from there. But she just stood and she would not give in an inch. And, you know, for someone that I helped out throughout the game and who told me, you know, promised me stuff, and she wanted to play the game honest, and she just didn't. And, you know, I mean, that cost me as well. So, I mean, I blame myself mostly for not realizing what the situation was around me and not following through on my true feelings. But, I mean, it's just all of a game. My life at home is pretty chaotic. I have 3 young kids. They all fight all the time. I'm like a referee sometimes in my house. You know, this was kind of a vacation to get away from that situation. But, I mean, when I go home, I'm just going to, you know, love everybody and just embrace life because, I mean, you don't get an opportunity to realize what you have until it's all taken away. There was a few fights and things going on back at camp that, you know, I mean, reminded me of being at home. And, you know, everybody's standing around waiting for James to cook lunch with his, like, they're sitting there with their bowls and everybody's in line waiting up. So, I mean, there's a few things that reminded me of home. And, I mean, there's a lot of kids out here. So, I mean, yeah, there was a few things that reminded me of home, but, I mean, nothing's like being at home. This Survivor experience is, like, it has changed my life. It has, I have learned so much about myself. I have learned so much about the game. I have learned, you know, I just embraced the whole thing. I enjoyed going to the Great Wall of China. I slept on the Great Wall of China. I mean, I don't know anybody who can ever say that they've done that. I've been to the Shaolin Temple. I've been, you know, I've been on a reward. I've won a reward challenge with my husband. I mean, my husband just coming out here, for him to fly is, you know, he doesn't do that. But for him to come all the way to China to be with me and to end up winning the reward and be able to talk to my kids on the phone and to have him come back to my camp and experience what I've experienced and to be able to share that with him and to be able to talk to my kids and tell them exactly what happened and for him to say, I was there, I saw what they lived through, I saw what they went through. I mean, it's just amazing thing. So, I mean, this has been a great experience for me.